Hello once again, guys. This video will be, I guess, shorter than the previous one. We will be talking about July monthly review. That's a monthly update, right? And I guess it will be short because nothing much happened. June was the epitome of everything. you know so let's start with yes, by the way, please, before I forget, this is really important. During this month of August, there is a fundraising going on. Okay, the fundraising is in favor of Comfort. Yes, and Comfort, it's a charity which is really dear to Harry and Meghan, and the fundraising has started since mid, or let's say mid July. This was to reach or to wish a happy birthday to Meghan, whose birthday was on the 4th of August. Okay, the same fundraising is going on, and this time it is for to wish a happy birthday to Harry. His birthday will be on the 15th of September, so the fundraising is going on till the 15th of September. You can go on the Comfort website. Okay, if you can't find it, you go first on IG Comfort. You follow them there. I do, and from there you can find their website on the profile description. No, it will send you back to their website. And this fundraising was kicked off under the hashtag inspired by Meghan, inspired by Harry. Okay, and just for the disclaimer, Comfort, it is a charity which promotes women education. Okay, I will talk about this during my August monthly update, but I wanted to talk about the fundraising. It is not I mean the fundraising is still going on. We have almost a weekly update made by the Comfort about regarding how much has been gathered until now. And only one charity was chosen. These funds help will help schooling a bunch of women in West Africa, and also I think southern part of Africa. It's not just in one country in Africa. Okay, it is a big movement which encourages women to go to school. Okay, because an educated woman, okay, we know that it's a promise in society. And I would talk at length about the lack of women education during my monthly review. Okay, I will give you my piece. It's a topic that is worth talking about, and when you go deeper, you find that it is sad that there are some families which are still not believing, who still do not believe in an educated woman. We will talk about it later, but please, guys, please go on Comfort website or IG account. Okay, and follow the link. If you don't have IG, you have Twitter. I don't have Twitter, you have Twitter. Please, you can follow Success Squad on Twitter. You can follow any Success Squad member, genuine member on Twitter, who will actually direct you to to the website of Comfort. I think Comfort, they also have an account on Twitter, so please check it out. Okay, go there, donate whatever you have. Until today, for this fundraising which started by the end of July, we were able to gather at least $95,000. This amount will school at least 40 women for 1 year. So it's a big thing. It's a big thing. So guys, please, even if you cannot donate, please help to share the word. Okay, help to share the word around you. because this is what we do. Okay, we should. It is good to help each, and I'm glad to help if I can help. So let's go to our monthly update, July. So what happened last month? Last month, uh, we had. I told you on the previous video that so many newspapers around the world, okay, backed up the Sussexes on that. They covered the support of the Sussexes for this campaign, and also the 1st of July will have marked the 59th birthday of Princess Diana. I remember that, Princess Diana, she was born on the 1st of July, 1961. I'm not good at mathematics, but I think it was 61. Anyway, this 1st of July, she will have celebrated her 59th anniversary. We talked last month about the British Vogue edition by Meghan. You remember Forces for Change? Again, won an award, but this time for diversity initiative, of the year award. Gosh, you remember that edition that sparked fake outrage from the KKK in Great Britain, where one of the crazy ladies was just like, there are not enough white women on the cover. There were five out of 15, five from the same community, while the rest of the 10 women were dispatched among the rest of ethnicities. Anyway, this is a lost debate. This is a waste of time. So this same edition won an award for its diversity, because that's the world we are living in. I'm sorry for you. So what else? We had Meghan, who acknowledged that. She acknowledged this that award. She wrote a piece. I did a screenshot of that I am honored to have this very special issue recognized. Creating Forces for Change with Edward was an opportunity to have the September issue of Vogue reflect the world as we see it, beautiful and strong in its diversity. Huge congratulations to Edward, who helped bring this to light, and for his additional honor of being awarded Best Editor by PPA. So, yes, guys, yes. It is part of the etiquette, okay? Also to say thank you, to write a thankful note, to say I acknowledge it, okay? And our Duchess, she has been there. Yes, she knows her stuff. So let's move on. The next thing was that, on the same day, in a video message to the Dinah Awards, of course, Prince Harry, he acknowledged his mother, because I remind you, it was her first year anniversary. Okay, so Prince Harry made a video where he was addressing the Dinah Awards charity, and he said that, I quote, "My wife said recently that our generation and the ones before us haven't done enough to wipe the wrongs of the past. I too, I am sorry. Sorry that we haven't got the world to the place where you deserve it to be. Institutional racism has no place in our societies, yet it is still endemic. Unconscious bias must be acknowledged before or without blame to create a better world for all of you. I want you to know that we are committed to being part of the solution and to being part of the change that you are all leading. Now is the time, and we know that you can do it. You know what? Oh gosh. The month of June was so. If you, I ended my previous post by saying that they met with no leaders, okay, in US who are fighting against racial injustice, okay, and this is just a proof of it. Harry has decided he will tackle this big topic of racism, and this is what we always wanted, okay, asking people to you know to fight their ignorance by being willing to learn, to educate themselves. And it takes some guts to actually, you know, standing up and saying, I want to learn. And not only do I want to learn, but I want to do something to fight the stupidity, okay? I want to do something, okay, worth this fight. I always had a crush on red hair people. They are rebel in their own way. This is not a sign of rebellion. That's not what I mean. What I mean is that, Harry, since he's a child, has always been a goal taker. Okay, he has never been the kind of person who just sits there and wait. We don't know what. When he sees something and that he decides that he will go for it, he just goes for it. I mean, but hey, that's why we like him. Okay, he has always done everything not to be constrained and contrived by you know made up rules and protocols. Really. So the successes, they are talking the talk and they are walking the walk. They said that they will do their best to help people during the lockdown, the much that they can do. Okay, they will do. And I feel like they have done much more than people sitting, okay, on the back and judging. That's for sure. So many organization, okay, praise their effort, the fact that they decided to take the fight and not just with word, the fact that they are making moves, like we said, boss moves, and also I mean the NAACP, it's one of the biggest movement, okay, against the racial injustice. I told you earlier that in a previous video that it was founded in 1909. Yes, and it is the first and the largest grassroots based civil rights organization in US. So they are backing up, they are praising the Sussexes for their moves, for their boss moves. And you know they are no more senior working royals or whatever you want to call it. And I think that people should actually sit and appreciate whatever is going on now. What's the point to sit and judge? The problem in this, I think, is that what people wanted to do when the sources were still in UK was that they wanted to use Meghan when they needed it. That is when it was coming to racial topics. They wanted to show her, you know, to show her off to people. See, look here. We have a black girl around, so we are not racist, you know. And then when when they will feel like people are complacent, okay, they will just throw her away until the next time they need her, they will bring her back. Okay, so that was the point. At this moment, it is not like, okay, they will not have said that, oh, we are not political or whatever, because that's it. They think that talking about, because after the speech of the Dinner Awards that that Harry did, of course, as usual, there was a backlash. No, not a backlash, but a fake outrage. I would say it that way. I'll put it that way. There was a fake outrage, as usual. I think for the gossip British media, it's a game that they like to play. You know, it's like they pretend something. What? Anyway, I have understood earlier in life that when people criticize you without facts, they are actually telling you, okay, that they envy what you have. That's what they are criticizing it, thinking that maybe by doing so, it will leave you and come to them. So they're always criticizing what they want, okay? What in their, let's say, dreams they would have liked to have or to be. So let's move on. Um, Also, and all this happened, it was just the 1st of July. I mean, it was crazy. So I guess it was just the remaining of the all the things epitomized during June. So then the following day, on the 2nd of July, we knew that Megan called again the CEO of Boys and Girls Club. You remember the Michael Johnson I told you about on the previous video? She called, and Mr. Michael Johnson is also the spokesperson for Artias Bernstein family, the young lady who was light of weight burned. So she called him and she said no, she was just checking in, and I was just like, hmm. So during their talk, he made her know, he told her that she could talk to the kids, okay, in his state, okay, the state of Dane. And she said, okay, if you want me to do that, no problem, I will do it. No, I'm checking in, I want to help. And when this thing came out, I was pity for a little, for just a second, because I immediately had this image of someone calling after 9 years to check in, and the guy behind the charity reminded that person that yes, the last time it was in 2011 or 2012, he said. So 8 years. My bad. Ah, gosh. Let's move on. So I would say that the first 2 days of July, of the month of July, were the longest, I guess, because then we learn about the lawsuit instigated by Meghan's lawyer against some British tabloid. It is always them, you know. And here her team went across the 31 pages of, there were questions that, okay, they submitted to the Sussexes. And it was really irritating for me because through the questions, okay, the questions were, I mean, they were stupid, but they were meant to feed, okay, the need for a future publication, okay, that is a future cashing in. Because you had questions like, for example, why was she vulnerable at the time? What type of question is that? Everybody knew that during her whole pregnancy, she was harassed, vilified. So when you ask someone, okay, why did she, why was she vulnerable? When you are bullied, aren't you vulnerable? So what type of question is that? Why? Because they wanted to push her to tell, okay, why she said that, okay, she's even suing them. And I was just like, what is the relationship with the copyright later? Because do not forget, all this legal lawsuit or whatever that happens in UK is based on the fact that, okay, that trash bloid published the letter of Megan, okay, a personal letter that she wrote to her father, even though the guy sold it. I don't care. But the author of the letter never gave her consent, okay, to have her letter published. And people wanted to play the, on the intrinsicity, the intrinsicity, or sorry, I'm even losing my English. The intrinsic part of the legal procedure, that no, if her father has received the letter, it means that he was his. No, it wasn't his because the writing on it wasn't his. Simple as that. I don't even want to go into the details because I think that Professor Meda did it at length. He did it, and it was debunked, So I'm not there for that. So the moon, okay, wanted her to explain why. And the Sussexes, I mean Megan mostly, she put an end to that. To say they are abusing their power, and they want me to tell the details so that they can publish it and make a money out of it, which is why we are also here. Okay, it, I mean, they just see her like, a commodity that they have to cash in. So of course she said that it's because she felt unprotected by the institution. And we in the squad, we knew that. Okay, we knew that from the get-go. We knew it. That's why all this movement came out, because if we felt that she was protected, okay, we would have just said like, okay, she's not alone, as people are protecting her, okay, apart from her husband, okay. But it wasn't the case, and that's why we came out, and we are still coming out. So, but then the good thing there is that we knew, it's during that lawsuit that we knew that, oh, there was a no comment, okay, there was a no comment policy that was no put on her, okay, and her friends, not to talk to the to I mean to not to back no not to fight against the lies of the media. But of course, we know that now is no, it was on purpose. I will never really understand. I always ask, but I will never really understand why people think that the pain that they cannot sustain, they can put it on other people. I mean, I just don't understand. People are so stupid that they think that, oh, one ethnicity is able to, to endure the pain. This is a racist thought. This is a racist thought because during slavery, this is what people were saying, that black people are more resistant to the weather, to the this, to the that, so we have to okay, to bring more slaves and to enslave more people because they are black. They can work, okay, they can work under the sun. When you talking, you can't even sustain the sun for without applying something on your skin, because you will likely burn. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry for going off. It's just that I am allergic to mediocrity, ignorance, stupidity. I am it. They piss me off. When someone does his best or her best to be stupid, it is really irritating. When you put all obstacles to your brain not to learn something new, it's really, really irritating. So, we knew that also um, Megan was prevented, okay, from talking. When they decided that, oh, no comment, no comment thing, they never asked her what she thought about that. You know, she wasn't even allowed to think or to have an opinion. So that's the craziest part of it. So, and anyway, we learn more about the legal suit launch about also by Harry, who has threatened to sue the Moon, yes, for illegally delving into the private life of Meghan. Because the Moon paid a PI, a private investigator, to unlawfully obtain her social security number and to get the details about her family. That was that's these people. Ah, yeah, yes. But the big news for me during the month of July was to know that the Success Royal Foundation was no more. It came officially to an end, and this came after they have fulfilled. You have this liquidation paperwork, and it will be dissolved, and that's it. I mean, that's it. That's a clear cut, and I like it. I just like it. It means that's they are about to shut that door for good. Of course, unless I think yes, of course, I'm sure they will be there at least 2 or 3 times in the future years, in the years ahead. I think so. The first for the Queen's funeral, second for the Queen, for Charles' funeral, maybe the third one for I don't really know, because you have a funeral. Of course, it's morbid, okay, to talk about that, but it will happen because this is a rule of life. So you have the Queen's funeral, and then you have the coronation. We don't know yet if the coronation will start immediately after her death, because when she became queen, if you remember, her coronation took place 1 year after the death of her father. So I've always wondered who was reigning during those 1 year, since her mother was just queen, but not. Anyway, so she was coronated 1 year after her father's death. So I don't know if it will be the same for Charles. I don't think so, because usually we say, okay, the king is dead. In this case, the queen is dead. Hail the king. So I think the coronation might take place immediately after. For me, it will be a long time because you know they will come, but they will not go. The Sussexes will come, but they will not go immediately after the coffin is in the soil. I don't think so. They will have to wait, because they will read her testament, her succession, whatever, in terms of the cash, and then they will have maybe to wait for the coronation if the coronation takes place immediately after, and then they can leave. Anyway, it will be a stressful time for me, mostly because I so don't want them to be back. And when they will be back, I hope they will leave Archie behind. I've always said it, and I think I will always think that. So let's move on. Other boys also, who is the who is the founder of the home industry? Yes, he went on a Homies COVID podcast, the airport. That no, they came, they roll up their lead, their sleeves, and they were just in there. Okay, of course, there was a woman who has just lost her husband due to the COVID-19. Okay, and she told her story to Harry. You know, those people, they are human, so he didn't tell himself, oh no, so he just hugged the lady. No. Oh, I think this, our brother-in-law has been seasoned. He's just always going for the hug. Oh gosh, I always want to believe that, Harry is born, he's an old soul, and that he he is, I mean, maybe in the previous life he was a black guy, or I just don't know, and he just came to be born in I won't say wrong family, because he's the son of Diana, so he's our guy. Okay, let's move on. He's our guy. He's our brother-in-law. And so also talking about Harry, uh, he did an opening speech at the International AIDS Conference, and he spoke about resilience and encourage people. That's what they do. They encourage people to share their own stories of resilience in a video, and it is all, that he is already supporting and backing up Gareth Thomas on the Tackle the HIV campaign. So he has been there before, many years before. He's just following his mother's path. Okay, she left a legacy to her son. He's just up there. Okay, he's just up there. He's keeping his mother's memory alive. She is not forgotten anyway. That's what I mean. So then the Sussexes met with the young Commonwealth leaders. The Queen representative to Jamaica said that the Commonwealth must address its past. I mean, it was a conversation that again sparkled fake outrage. Okay, because I mean during that conversation, gosh, Harry, he just went for the jugular. Okay, he said that whatever we do, there is someone who is benefiting, okay, from colonialism, from slavery, from discrimination of minorities. There is someone who is benefiting from it. We know that it's true, because if it was not the case, people will be working towards this common goal of, getting rid of this plague that is racism. But hello, guys, why would I change something that, okay, secure my, okay, let's say my interests or my privileges? Why would I fight against that thing? Okay, instead, or rather, I would do everything to keep it the way it is. Maybe improve it, by adding more things to make it thicker. So, yeah. So people again, they were just like, yes, but before he speak about that, he should speak about his own past. That is, I mean, people are so miserable. Okay, his past. I think Harry had made peace with its past. Okay, with his past, he has apologized for it, not for PR purposes. No, he has apologized for it, and he has worked toward, okay, improving the human being that he is. Okay, we are seeing this young man, okay, evolving in life. Okay, he was about to go on the wrong path, but the guy has just made a 360-degree change in his life. And the I mean the racist and no narcissistic piece of shit, okay, are standing there to tell him that instead, no, rather than in educating or whatever else, okay, you should address your past. He did it. Did you? He did address his past. But did they address their past? They can't even accept the idea that, okay, we say that they still have colony or colonies. So, left alone being racist. So, guys, we have there are some loose talk, okay? Because when you deal with such kind of people, you understand that they are so afraid of losing their privileges. But this will come to an end because it has to come to an end. If it started, it will end. Maybe not this generation, maybe not the generation after, but it will end. After all, Spain was the colony of more for 700 years, but it ended. And today, no one even want to hear the story that once Spanish people were a colony for 7 centuries, but it ended. So you think that you will conserve whatever you are for forever? There will be a point where you have to address, to look at yourself in the mirror. When I say mirror, I'm talking about the history of the lies and the... Anyway, I'm digressing these days. So, let's come back to our updates. So, there was a virtual conference called Girls Up. Women of influence, okay, intervened during that conference. I signed up for the conference. I registered for the conference. Many people did. It was full. Okay, I like the interaction, the 3D stuff at the beginning. While you were waiting, you could click and go in the different rooms. There was a little game along the way to keep you waiting for the conference to start, and it was mostly led by young female. It was presented by young females, and that virtual 2020 Girl Up Leadership Summit was had wonderful guest speakers. We had Megan herself, although she intervened at the end of it. I think that this is also a strategy because they don't want people. This is my opinion, okay? They didn't want, and they still don't want people to be focused only on Megan and then not be interested about the content, the substance of the conference itself. I think that's why they always put her at the end, and I think that is why she wants always to be at the end of it, so that people will remain focused on the main issues, okay, and then she comes at the end for the closure. She did it at the virtual 2020 Girl Up Summit, and she also did it few days ago on the 19th represents conference. So you pay attention. No, I mean, I saw that. For example, for the virtual, she was meant to be, I think, appearing on the second day, but then they changed it and they put her on the last day. So I think it's part of this, to make people focus. Many people will register, yes, but we want, or they wanted them, they wanted people to be focused on the main issues at hand, okay, on the table, not to be like, okay, I just came to watch Megan and then that's it. No, this was not the point. So there were women of influence. So we had Megan, we had Hillary Rodham Clinton. She also appeared there. We had Michelle Obama. Those three ladies, they did a pre-recorded video. So it was talking about the Girl Up charity. It was founded in 2010 and by the United Nation Foundations, actually. And this charity, this organization gives girls the resources. They give girls the resources to, and the platform. Okay, the resources and the platform, because it's a huge platform. The resources and the platform to start a movement for social change, wherever they are in the world. So I found it really, not only powerful but inspiring. I signed up, I registered, I am following them also on IG. You can go on the Girl Up on IG. They have an account there. I'm following them there too. So I signed for the newsletter. I see their evolutions. These are just the young ladies of tomorrow. Okay. And then, of course, we have had other conferences along the way. For this month, like I said, I will keep it for the end of the month to do the usual monthly update. I rely on the other ladies from other podcast platforms to deal with, the daily, weekly stuff. And then just to come and let's say I'm just doing a recap of whatever they have said. So, um, so this was really something worth, was talking about. It was really interactive. That's what I understood. Seeing those young ladies, being preparing, you know, their professional life tomorrow and their interests, and I found it really, yes, there's nothing, better than learning, knowledge, education, you know, establishing yourself without relying too much on, no, without being too dependent on people, making something of your life. I do strongly do believe in that. So yes. Also, the Duchess of Sussex, via an official statement, yes, she congratulated Eningful for receiving the award. So yes, I read the award for you. I mean, not the award, but I read her, her acknowledging message and her well-wish message. And Megan also connected with everybody and mainly with the Latinos. So we were talking about her Spanish skills earlier. Her Spanish is far better than mine. I'm coming from a country where the first three main languages are English, French, and Spanish for some families, or English, French, German. Of course, along the way, other languages were added, so we also have Arabic and anyway, a plethora of languages. I haven't practiced for a while, and I practice seldom when I encounter one of my clients. So we talk, and I'm still there. I'm still there when it comes to grammar, everything. I'm still there writing. Everything is there, but I am losing my practice. It depends on the language, actually. That's the funniest part. It depends on the language. Um, so I really like the fact that they were talking about her Spanish language skills, and we also had the son of Martin Luther King, who he acknowledged the way Meghan was treated. In UK, he said that it was greatly disappointing. That was his word, greatly disappointing. But he kind of said that he wasn't really surprised. But hey, so Harry reaffirmed, yes, last month, his support to his foundation. We are the Invictus Games in UK. This was the Team UK, right? And a new date has come out for the Invictus Game, and it was announced that it will be from the 20th of May till the 5th of June 2021 at The Hague. Gosh, hopefully by then we'll have, got rid of this virus, and we'll be able to travel again. And if it is between May and June, I wonder if Greg and I should travel there, and it would be nice. I mean, I've never been to The Hague before, so it might be a great adventure. I've not yet spoken about this, with Greg, but because we had other plans, everything just went just upside down this year, okay? I think for everybody. You had your summer vacations plan, and then the virus came and everything on the floor. We had to do, oh gosh, I will talk about this in another segment, okay? So, in another, actually, I will talk about that in another post, not related to the Sussexes. This is part of our adventures, Greg and I. So, so talking about the Invictus Games, the date will be from the 20th of May till the 5th of June 2021. And what else? We had this fundraising campaign that I told you about on the previous post, the previous video. Is still going on. And um, we have a weekly or sometimes a daily thankful message from the confed. And that's crazy because when we started the fundraising campaign, in less than 5 hours, the squad was able to gather $5,000, if I remember. Yes, in this was in less than 5 hours. I mean, and of course, you know, the Rangers, they went mad. How come? How is it possible? When it comes to, I'm always like, no, oh, I'm always a LMAO. So I'm just like, oh gosh, that's crazy. I know. For us, it is something so normal and so natural to do that when we see such kind of question that, how come? No, these are fake amount and this and that. You are just like, you are in disbelief because for you, it is normal, natural that we reach this kind of amount, you know. But for those who have never ever thought about someone else than their own anger and their own envy and their own ego, of course that it's something that will sparkle their stupidity that you know they are so in for the PS, they are so in for the noise that they can't see through it. They can't see through the reals. I mean, anyway, anyway. So, then between Tyler Perry, okay, pretending not to hear, Gail King's a question about, on the HMM, Harry and Meghan's whereabouts. He was just like, we have lost Gail, we have lost Gail. I, even, I know that she knew he won't say anything, okay? I knew she knew it. Because do not forget, Gail King is part of the Sussex squad, okay? She has known Megan for 20 years. I don't know if you guys, you know that. She has known Megan for 20 years. That's why when people are surprised that, for example, of course, I'm jumping, I'm digressing, but people are surprised that, for example, when the paparazzi were harassing, for example, Mama Doria, Queen Doria, okay, Oprah gave her a place to heal, to rest a little bit. They're just like, what does it mean? My friend, this is not a yesterday relationship that, and you know that Gail King and Oprah, I like, they are like this. And people are just like stomach, how come, because for people they thought that maybe the friendship of Oprah and Meghan and Doria started one day before the wedding. One day before the wedding. Please, please. Gail King has known Meghan for 20 years at least. So anyway, but people, they don't care about facts. It's so easy to hate. Ask yourself why you have this negative things inside you, it's because you are empty. It's because you are empty. And why are you empty? It's because you have decided to think, you know, not to think about the whys. You have decided just to go for the easiest. You have decided not to have any critical thinking. Anyway, we can't help you with that. Of course, we are talking always about mental health and this, which is a serious issue. But what I've also learned is that not everybody has a strong mind, okay, to stomach whatever bad things are going on out there. That's why you have a section of the population who is ready to undermine, crush, vilify, and the same section can't handle 1 hour of backlash from the squad, for example. They're immediately going for the suicide thing, or they are shutting down their account for a while, or they let you know that they are on medication because of your harassment when actually you were defending those who couldn't defend themselves. That's why this saying is there. Don't do to people what you don't want people to do to you. It's not just an empty say. But hey. So we also had Omi's shooting down Omi's Kobe shooting down the UK trash bloid regarding his book. Now his book is out. Okay, we are on the 17th of August. So his book is out. Apart from this, there were not so much noise by the end of July. And yeah. Before I forget, yes, of course, we had Prince Harry, who has had a virtual global summit, yes, launching its Travelist. And last year it was a new concept that he founded. I think he founded it 2 years ago, actually. And this was to bring together, stakeholders from across, like he said, it was from across the travel and the the tourism industry. And this was also to listen, to learn, and to explore how to help the sector to evolve in the process. So if you remember, the idea of Travelers is that it's good to travel, okay? It's wonderful. Mostly when it comes to tourism, okay, it's wonderful. But also we should not forget about the population living in those places that you visit. Because yes, people are just like, for example, yes, there are 1 million tourists this year and blah blah blah, but you think that the money after this is also redistributed to the communities who welcome tourists, okay, for them to evolve their lifestyle and to make sure that the landscape remain untouched or pristine or whatever. But it's not the case. So the money goes back to the governments, okay. It's not as if they are redistributing it, no. So at the end of the day, the population living in those touristic places are the one losing, okay. They are not benefiting from tourists, you know for tourism. And the travel industry, okay, is about, for example, traveling grain, okay. If you paid attention when you buy your ticket, now you have this question: if you want to participate in the green project of, I don't remember what, I always click yes. It requires, I think, $2 or €2 or €5 more than what that is added to your normal the normal ticket that you are the normal amount that you pay for your flight ticket. So I think it's a wonderful idea. Okay, it's not just about profiting, benefiting. It's also about giving. Okay, it's. I mean, the brain of this young man. It's a young couple full of ideas. Okay, their brain. They are living in this. They have this sense of urgency. Really, you give them a concept, okay, and the brain is already, it's like Lego. Paf, 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 paf. They are trying to look, okay, to see on over, on a long term basis, sustainability, and I mean, it's for me, it's so good to see that it's if you have a bigger platform, you use it to serve, and And I will always believe that this type of people are rare. Okay, you are not philanthropists just for PR. I think it's something that has been that's something. I think it comes from the fact that something or someone struck a chord in you, and this made you realize how insignificant your life maybe was, and then that you could it into a greater good for other people, you know uh regardless of what people say or think. But it's something that you have to feel and to believe in, to act, upon it. In fact, but this is how I think. Okay, this is my opinion about that. So for the July monthly update, that's what I can offer to you. I can offer you for today. Uh, of course, talking about readings, you remember I was supposed to make book reviews. My friend, since I have ordered the Finding Freedom book, I have not yet received mine. That's crazy. I have not yet received it. You know what? I came to think that here in this part of Europe, they did everything to delay it, because many times, okay, they came to me on Amazon saying that it has been delayed. You receive it in 2 or 3 weeks time again, and when the deadline comes, okay, they send me another message, it has been delayed again, but if you want to cancel it, they are just like, okay, they delay so that maybe if you are discouraged, you don't buy the book. I don't know if it's a strategy. I don't think that I'm making a conspiracy theory. It's the same thing that happened with the Andrew and the Epstein book. They delayed it. I ordered it the same time with Finding Freedom. When, if you remember, in one of my video, I asked you guys if you wanted me to make a review. Most of you said yes. So I was expecting, Finding Freedom to come. And at this time, I hear all over the place that some people in the Sussexes have received their book already. I'm still waiting mine. I am still waiting mine. I have just received this one. And this is Prince Andrew, Epstein, and the Palace. Although they did everything for me not to have it, I still had it. Although they send me message, you can cancel, we will refund you the money, and I kept going. No, 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 I will wait. It will be in 3 weeks. Okay, no problem. And when 3 weeks came, they did the same thing. Oh, it will be delayed, it will be delayed. No problem, The best thing is to order and to forget. Every time that they come, yeah, I will wait until I receive the book. So, I will read the book. I will read this book, and I will let you know what it's all about. Why they did everything to block it. Because if you remember, at the moment that this book was about to be out, on the shelves, they decided to make an interview, not an interview, but they decided on a weekend, on a Saturday or Sunday, I don't know if it was on BBC or whatever kind of British channel, to do a documentary about Andrew, but showing the good sides of the guy. Okay, so as to, I think it was recently, when Omid's book was already about to come out. Yes, they did something in UK, for people to forget, that okay, that Omid's book was coming out. I am, I'm still waiting for Omid's book. It's I'm a little bit disappointed that I still don't have it. I wanted to do a review of it, but I can already hear here and there that Professor Maynard has read the book. He came out with 10, you know 10, let's say, the 10 brightest point that he actually could find. So I don't really know if I still have to make the review. I think I can do the review. And I still have this project of the documentary of Epstein. You remember Filthy Rich? I had my note ready and all this. But I guess that everybody has already watched it on Netflix. I don't know, but please let me know if you want me to still do the review of Filthy Rich with Epstein and the victims of Epstein, and or if you still want me to do the review of Finding Freedom. So please let me know also in the comment section. And I wanted to explain to you why I haven't yet done the review. I've just received at least one book out of the two that I've ordered months ago. But that's fine. That's fine. I've received at least one. Let's see the glass half full. Okay. Apart from this, guys, thank you very much for you know listening to this until now. And I invite you, as usual, to leave your comment. Okay, please thumb this video up, subscribe, share it on Twitter, and please, I am not on Twitter. I have an old account on Twitter, but I've not really been there. I still receive notification of political pages that I think when I subscribed the first time, I selected some some topics that I wanted to talk about, and some political personalities, if I can put that way. Let's say politicians that I wanted to, or politics that I wanted to follow, and actors, and no. So I still received a notification, but I have heard so many negative things coming from Twitter that I want to save my mental health. So I'm not really. I don't really feel like going on Twitter. Just it seems that it's a cesspool of you know all the mental issues of the world. So I don't really know how, guys, you do that. You stick there, and you still go on. Kudos to you. So guys, please share those videos on Twitter. Please, you speak about that. You have a comment, please leave it there, and I apologize in advance if there is a delay in me answering your message, but I will certainly do it. I like to reply to those who write to us. And I think for today, that's it. Yes, so I will say I will not delay like I did for the past 2 months. So at the end of August, I will do an August monthly update. You have my word on that. And there are other topics to talk about too. So if you have topics that you want to talk about, let's talk about it. Okay, it won't be something long, of course, and I will just give you my opinion about that. Yes, so please bring your topics. If you have suggestions, they are all welcome. And thank you again for following us and for subscribing. Yes, so